Hello, people and bots. Grandpa Canuck here, and we are in Stationaires. This is the Mars base, once again, and we have puttering round to do today. And what I want to mostly look at is simple automation improvements and other base improvements that we can implement here. So how can we make our life a little easier in this place? Well, one thing I definitely want to handle is we have set up a satellite control room here so that we don't have to go up to the satellite to adjust anything. But one of the difficulties we have is crossing the 360-degree back to zero barrier, and we need to find a way to make it so that we can do that. We currently are using one chip to assess that situation and work the horizontal control. We need to make something that can alter this dial, or we need to change the system to do that. We do need to get some certain seeds in, and we need to liven this place up. We need to simplify our cooking. We need to simplify the gas work. There's just a lot of little automations that we could do. What do our crops look like? We better take a look at the crops to start with. At some point in time, we're going to have to put Harveys in to automate the food growth. To do that, we will have to increase the height of this this item here. At least part of the building is going to have to go to too high where we want the Harveys installed. So that's an improvement we're going to have to deal with at some point. And it's a lot of work to work with our filtration system. We need to be doing something there. Looks like we got lots of power. How are we doing? Looks like we got a good length of time here. This is all we have for soy. So we're doing fine. We can wait. On having to do anything for the plants. We're growing a lot more than we need, and we're able to trade it off for profit, so that's working. Just noticing here. It's just have a look.
Oxygen low.
Oh. Forgot to open the helmet. How can I repair the sensor lenses? They're 50%. Wonder if I can repair them, or do they just wear out? I wonder if there's anything under the tape. If it says anything. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't mention repairing them. Doesn't mention anything about repairing them. We'll have to look into that. Oh, I think we've got hot gas in here. Well, we do have hot gas. The pressure is high enough. Put that up in the cooling slot. We need to automate that as well. So I guess getting some shutoffs for things like this, for the ice crusher. So if I'm crushing something, it's producing something into these two lines. The water is absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to put more water in this line than I'm going to crush on principle. I could put more in here. I see there's nitrogen in here right now. We can pump that out. Mix it with this hotter gas. But if we put something on to measure the pressure, if the pressure equals 0, turn that off. And when we put something in it, we'll click it on. Okay, so we need something to measure. We need one of these, a pipe analyzer. So if we put a pipe analyzer on here, then we can power it from here. Then we need a compare and a write. So pipe analyzer, a compare and a write. I think that would work. And then we don't have to worry about going back and shutting off that valve and that machine. Small steps towards simplifying the daily operation of the base. So you don't have to run around as much and do things. One logic processor is needed, and an I/O unit. Probably going to need a few of these today. Electrum. I think all the electrum I have is in here. There's the electrum. We can put that steel back in. The Invar can go back in. Solder can go back in. Astroloy. I'm hungry. And canal can go back in. This electrum, let's divide it up into two groups. Put the 38 in here. 50 back in there. I think we're going to need a couple of these as well today. I'm sure we've got other places we can use them. I think that's the basics, but I need to do the needed functions. Make sure I hydrate. Make sure I eat. Oh, eat that all up. Okay. Now we're going to have more than one of these, so we better label them. Pipe analyzer, this is the main line. This is the volume pump for gas from ICES. ICES, not ISIS. Put a pipe analyzer on this. Do. And this is, of course, pipe analyzer on gas from the ICES. So, I need 2 chips. I need a logic chip. And I want to do a compare. That's a 4-sided chip. So putting it here isn't going to be easy. I'm going to have to start designating a place for this. What do I want? Is it a gate? Or is it a math? No, it's not a math. It's a gate. A logic gate. So input 1. I obviously have a crossover on my lines. Oh, that's not good. How did I create a crossover? I'd better find this out before I move on. Looks to be correct. Let's get the network analyzer out. Logic reader horizontal. Oh, okay. There's no crossover. It's just bad labeling. Ah, fell off the edge. It's just bad labeling. Because the power control doesn't have its own power supply for this. It's the tracking array. There. That'll be less confusing. There we go. No problem, just confusion. So we want to oh, I'm going to need a reader chip. Gonna need a reader chip. Awkward. Need more space. can't put that there. Put that there. It's going to feed directly into that. Okay, so let's just clean this up a little bit. Probably not the best place for this either, because I should separate this. So let's do this properly. We need to designate an area for this sort of stuff. So let's start creating an area back here for this stuff. Logic gate. We're going to need a logic reader. And we're going to need logic writer. We'll put them all in a line.
Waste tank caution.
Oh, my waste tank is full. Vent it off. Okay, let's label these before we get confused. Logic gate, and this is for the gas ice pipe. Reader, okay, and this is for the gas ice analyzer. And this logic writer is just really for just the gas ice pressure on off. So let's see if we can set it up and make it work. Input 1 is the logic reader of the analyzer. Okay, so let's set that up first. Read the gas analyzer, and I want to read on the pressure, right? On the right thing? No, I'm not. Gas from ices, and I want to read the pressure. Okay, that should work. That should state the pressure. -1. It's off. Okay, it's on, and it should read 0. It's on, and the pressure is 0. So this is going to see what's on the logic reader gas ice analyzer. And I just need to know if it's 0. So is it a gate? Or do I need to compare it to a constant that is 0? No. I can use a different chip. Logic compare. The logic compare? No, I need the constant. Not a gate. I guess I have to compare it to a constant. Now, do I have a constant of 1 in use? That's 90. And they're both 90. I don't really need to use 2 of these here. Okay. So now this chip is not in use. We can take it out. Do. And let's label that. Logic constant of 0. Okay. Input 1. I want that to be the logic reader gas ice analyzer. Well, give me that. Okay. And if it is 0, I want it to tell me that. Okay. And that goes on, which is my logic compare. Logic compare. And this is the gas in the ices pipe. So my input, gas, is the gas and ices pipe. And the output no, not the weather. That. Okay. And the wrong unit. Come on. Logic compare in ices pipe. If that's on, I want it to send to the ice crusher. The analyzer, the actual ice crusher. Yeah, there's 50 million pressure regulators on this line. I'm going to have to label them all. million gas. A huge gas system. So on the same, not on the same system. There it is. Okay. It's got to be here. Not on this line. Okay. It's not on this line. It's right here. That's the power. The data is not connected. Ha ha ha! Gee, there we go. Can't find it if it's not connected. is the most complex electrical setup at my station. Ice crusher. So I have to do it as on. So I have to change my logic. So I'm reading it, and there's no pressure in the line. There's no pressure in the line. I can't. There's no pressure in the line. I want it turned off. I can't do it backwards because I'm going to be turning it on whenever I put ice into it. I want the reverse of on. I've got to reverse my logic. Okay, so if we make memory rather than making it 0, we make it my hydration is critical. But of course, I've put this in a position that's awkward. If I make it 0.01, okay. So, if the gas pressure in the line is 0.01 is greater than the pressure in the line, signal 1. Pressure is 0. So it will come on that's the situation. Let's test this. Nice nitrate. Okay. So I come over, I put the ice in, I turn it on. I wait till the pressure goes down. This needs to stay on until this gets to virtual zero. And let's go get the drink that I require while this is doing that.
Oxygen critical.
No, it's not. There's oxygen here, believe me. Hurting my lungs. Hard to breathe. Now it's easy to breathe. Don't use a screwdriver. Don't jab it with a screwdriver. It doesn't like that. Here we go. We also need to shut off the pipe. Shut this off. So we'll need another right unit. Well, let's just check our logic first. Okay, nothing in the pipe. And it didn't shut off. There's nothing in the pipe. And it didn't shut off. Okay, so I've got this wrong. So I want pressure is reading 0. Can I read it directly? Can I read the pipe analyzer from the gas ices directly? No, I can't read the pressure from it directly. This should be less than. When that is less than, then this wants to turn it on. Something's wrong with my logic. What's up? What's up is my logic. Okay, I'm trying to shut this off automatically when the pressure in the line is 0. So the pressure in the line is 0. And I want it to turn off. I only want it to turn on when the pressure isn't 0. But I should be able to turn it on manually. Okay, so let's change from the ice pressure and just test it on the volume pump gas from ices. So our end unit here yeah. Too many things on this line. Ever played Victoria 3? Yes, I own Victoria 3, and I've played it. Yeah, I don't stream it, but I have played it. Doesn't mean I won't stream it. I very much enjoyed Victoria 1 and Victoria 2. I haven't got into Victoria 3 as seriously as I played Victoria 1 and Victoria 2. Volume pump, okay. And I want to turn it on. So it's not 0, it should turn on. I read the gas. If 0.01 is greater, no. If 0.01 is less than greater. .01 is greater than pressure, it tests positive. If it tests positive, which it is, no, I've got it backwards. Got it backwards. I've got it backwards. I've got it backwards. Pressure is 0. Yes, it came out in December, and that's the one about you can set the world in, I think, the year like 2020, and economically run the country. And it's a political military simulator for a country, right? Is that the one you recommended? Trying to think the name of it. Well, all the reviews are that it wasn't complete, etc., etc. And I looked at a video from somebody who played it 3 days ago who likes the game, but there's areas not complete, such as there's no space yet. And he swears there's areas that are broken, bugged as well. Okay, so my logic here. If 0.01 is less than logic reader, it's a 0. So when there's over 0.01, it should turn it on. So right now it is off. And if I put ice in here, it should turn on. There's pressure in the line. Volume pump from gases. Okay, so it's not working. It's got a 1. That's positive. Oh, it's not the stacker, you silly, silly, silly fool. It's the volume pump. I don't want to turn the stacker on. So now it should turn this on. Volume pump gas from ice. And I need it to on. There we go. And this pressure comes down to 0. It should go off. Oh, sometimes my brain just doesn't do logic. When there's nothing in this brown part, I don't need the pump on. It doesn't have to be totally empty, just less than 0.01. It doesn't have to be 0. make it equal to 0. That would work just as well. I think I would like to get that Game Master, but I'm concerned it isn't finished yet, and I don't want to buy another half-finished game that never gets to the point where it's fully playable. There's been a couple out there that I've been very disappointed in the past. One or two just never got developed when I bought them in early access of the first phase of early access, and they walked away from the project. And there's two games that I've bought that got to a point where they were playable, but they didn't do everything they said they were going to do. One of those I'm very disappointed with was Medieval Engineers, which is playable, but it just doesn't do everything that it said. And then it shut off when it's 0. Beautiful! Okay, that works.
Air tank low.
Air tank low. And the other one was a game about a medieval inn that you ran. And the campaign was broken, still broken, and they say the game is complete and they've walked away from it. So I want to see that the game is at least like Medieval Engineers and playable. Right now, it doesn't look to be fully playable. But I put it on my wish list, and I did click it to follow as well. Okay, so that works. Great. So I need another logic writer. This is the gas in, oh, what's it called? Volume pump gas from ICES. Gas from ICES. And this will be the ice crusher. Okay, and it just needs the exact same setup. I just can't write to 2 units. I can batch write to all of a type of unit, but I can't write to 2 with IC chips. I would have to use a programmable chip with instructions. And we're not doing that yet. So this is going to be the same. The in is going to be the logic. Compare gas in ICES pipe. Logic writer. Gases in from gas from ices. Okay. The out. This is the volume pump. This one. The out is the ice crusher. What am I missing? Oh, I've got it backwards. The out is the volume. Okay. The in. No, the out isn't the volume pump. The in is the volume pump. The in is, and the out is the ice crusher. The in is the logic compare gas in ice's pipe. Logic compare in gases pipe. This has the out as the pump. This has the out of being the ice crusher. And this is the on button. Okay, so it should shut off when it's empty. And what have I done wrong? No, it should go on when it's not empty. Okay, why do I keep thinking my logic is backwards? Well, that was dumb. Okay, and that should run itself down to 0. That came on. That needs to stay on until this is empty. When it's empty, the two need to shut off. Well, we're down to 90 degrees. You know what? I can get rid of the pollutants. I don't care what temperature the pollutants and the CO2 are. You can get rid of all of it.
Air tank critical.
My air tank is critical. I need air. Here we go. So now I don't have to come back and check on the pump and the gas crusher. All I have to do is come by, throw something in, turn on the ice crusher, and walk away. And it will take the gas out of the line and feed it into the main hub and shut down. I don't have to come back. Master, if you're still there, are you a Victoria 3 player? And what is it about the game that you like the most? And that didn't shut off. Because it was not ice crusher. Try that one more time. It automatically comes on. That should keep that on. But I had to manually turn that on. Is that the problem? Is I'm manually turning it on? I can't do this to the ice crusher? Doesn't shut off. It's got to be because I manually turned it on, so I can't do that. Okay, so this is a waste. Take it away. Okay. So because I manually turn it on, it doesn't look like I can make this work. Down to 72 degrees. Got N2O liquid in the line. So I don't get too much of it. There's a temperature difference on these. Well, that's a problem. It's heating up. It just needs to balance out its system. Why is it heating up so much? Won't let the gas back in. Get all the liquid off. Okay, it's just the natural temperatures doing this. It's gotten rid of all of it. Okay, it's just so warm, it's naturally putting it back into the liquid form. It's because this is the storage tank is 134 degrees. It's too warm, that's all. How's that? will settle down to all being gas.
Hydration critical.
Oh, I need to drink again. So next problem. If this goes over 360, I need to bring it down by 360. And that's the dial. So I need if then. So if it's over 360, I need to output to it the number 0. Can I write to a dial? Well, let's just look at that. Just turn that off for now. So this is set for the satellite horizontal. Let's just put down a I need a logic thought. Okay, so if I do it as a gate, if it is bigger than the constant of 360, turn on. Quick, it's on. If that does positive, write to make it less than 3 and make it 360 less. So, first thing I need to know is, can I write to it? Lower the sat horizontal dial if over 360. That's all I need to do. Lower sat horizontal dial. So the input would be something I don't have down. So I can't do it without putting it down. Which is a compare. Logic compare to the sat horizontal button. To 360. I don't think I have that 360 number. So I need to plug it in. Pretty sure that's how I have to do it. Where's my screwdriver? Dial to set the horizontal. Okay. The dial is greater than I'm going to have a constant. I need a constant. Well, do I have a constant? Logic switch. Logic memory. I have one. Oh, silly, silly, silly. This is just the number 360 as a constant. Well, not 369, 360. Now what did I do with my screwdriver? Where did I put the screwdriver? So, if the dial to set it horizontally is greater than 360, turn on. It's not greater than 360. Dial is set to 280. And I have the wrong thing set. Okay, now it's not. So this is the logic compare satellite horizontal button to 360. If it is, I want the dial to go back to 0. Load. So first of all, I guess I have to turn it on. So let it catch up. $360, and now it's 0. It is 360. $361. This comes on. This comes on. Okay, so it is bigger than 360. That comes on. This reads that it's on. Goes back to 0. Let's try that again. Let's go all the way spinning around. I need to do a tens digit here. Takes forever. Doing it one at a time. Not the most efficient system. It's going the other way. Will it do that? because it's a shorter distance. So on big swings, when the button outdoes the number by 180 degrees, it'll automatically start turning the other direction. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does that.
Power low.
When I go over, it goes back to the 0. So I can increase again. Okay, so that works. So now I can increase it over 360. I just can't decrease it. So if it's equal to 360, so if that is equal to my memory constant, then I need to write the 360 number in. That's working on having it as setting. It works. I'm not going to disagree. Degrees from contact. Degrees from contact. And 2 degrees. Is that close enough? It is. Takes a little bit of contact time, but I can reach them. Okay, so they're coming down. I can actually turn the dish off, save the power. And I can go out and trade with him. Hey, buddy. What do you want? Oh, you want ores. Solder, electrum, invar, astraloy. You are selling astraloy. Inconel. Well, I'm going to buy 20 Inconel. I'm going to buy 30 Astroloy. And the other stuff I can pretty much make. Oh, that was good. I don't have to bother making Astroloy. Oh, I've got copper to spare. I've got nickel to spare. Iron to spare. A little bit of gold to spare. A little bit of silver. A little bit of lead. Let's get rid of these first. Okay, so you want gold? I've got 20 gold I can sell you. I've got 50 copper I can sell you. Okay. I've got 29 iron. Six. I'll buy coal too. Did you have nickel on your list? Okay, well, I'm down a bit of money, but not having to make the higher alloys is very good. Cool. That's a bonus. Okay, thanks, buddy. That was a good deal. That was a good trade. Down the landing pad, satellites off. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. And I bought Waspaloy rather than Aspaloy. Oh, that's not so nice. I bought the wrong thing. Oh, there's a dum-dum grandpa. I did get the Inconel. I know I'm running low. Yeah, down to 3. Well, that was dumb. Well, it's still a hard thing to make. But it wasn't the Astroloid. Silver, nickel, and lead. Oh, it's very high pressure. Yeah, that's not an easy one to make. That's a bad thing. Oh, battery's running down. Okay, I've got 2 more nuclears now. What's the tablet have in it? Tablet has a nuclear. Let's take one out to recharge there. And the other thing I never want to run out. I have a nuclear in already. Okay. Okay, so the airlock power control is the one. We're going to keep one charging. We've got 2 to charge up. Ah!
Hydration critical.
Oh, my hydration's critical again. Is it hot in here or something? No? Just got thirsty. Okay, which gives me a large. Two nuclears charging. That gives me a large to put in something where I had a small. The tools all have larges. That's a large. That's a small. A large in there. This gives us an extra small. Yeah, I can start recycling these smalls, I think. I can keep a couple of them. New equipment, but they are surplus. Yeah, getting larges in all these would be good. Actually, eventually getting nuclears and everything. Just so I've got the extra power if anything ever goes bad. Okay, so we have two improvements. It just needs painting, really. The other ones. So that looks better. Well, let's cover this over. Oh, that temperature is nice and cold now. Let's get that out of there. What's in the line? Nitrogen, O2, and N2O. Nitrogen. O2, right? O2. And I'd better watch the N2O. That can create problems. That's working well. Yeah, it doesn't have that much in it. Oh, the pressure's high. No. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't high. Mostly nitrogen. And all this nitrogen gas. Need somebody to buy nitrogen gas. Saw somebody wanted liquid nitrogen. I guess I can work a system up to cool it down. But then I'd have to store it insulated, and the natural temperature here is not open to that. The natural state would be gas. So I'd probably have to keep that under some extreme pressure. It would naturally bleed off. Oh, nitrogen. Yeah. It's going down. Not much left there. That's only 233. That's not too bad. I don't need 90% of what's in there. Next time I design one of these filtration areas, I'm going to make it much bigger. Pain in the ass, I got that carbon in there. Let me just start automating all of these. So I need to do the same thing. If the pressure in here is 0, read the pressure in here. If the pressure is 0, shut it off. Shut that valve off. And shut... No, not necessarily shut that off. Shut the valve off. But I don't necessarily want it on either. Okay, well, that's not a good example. Yeah, the pressure is 0 there. Shut that off. Moles of oxygen we got. Well, we're back over 1,000. Start filling the oxygen canisters again. There's another example of a good shutoff. That will pump it in. So if there's pressure in this line, it needs to be moved out. If there isn't pressure in the line, it should be shut down. That's an excellent example of where one is needed. I got 2 readers left. Put 1 reader there. There's another place that will be handy to have a reader. There. And the cooling stack. So we need a little bit more cable. Oh, and I forgot to sell that guy my silver. Sunday gets boring after some time. You got nothing to do the whole day, so you're gonna stay here and keep me company. Is that what your plan is? Try being retired, buddy. You have to have hobbies. You have to have hobbies. So did you want to talk about Victoria 3 at all? Did you have any questions or wisdom to share? I don't know if you're a Victoria 3 player. Well, waste tank caution. Long way until your retirement. You're 23 and you're bored. Oh, you don't have no friends to go out with and party and do wild things and drink crazy and do copious amounts of drugs and other illicit things and do crime and there's so many things out in the world you could do. Is usually playing games, but got tired of it for now. Ah, okay. So you need a new game is what you need, something to pique your interest. That's what it is. And let me guess, you're economically challenged and can't afford to spend money on a few games today. You could try becoming the president and exploit people legally just for fun. Well, yeah, you could. That sounds like a lot of work. Not the kind of work I want. Okay, I got a couple more pipe analyzers out now as well. Make my life a little easier. Don't have to turn things on. That's what today's been all about, is making things just a little bit easier. A little bit easier to do my job. A little bit easier to do my hobby. Oh, I need to start building another rocket too. So many things to do in this game. Let's build some rocket pieces parts. Yeah, well, that's why traditionally in days gone by, on hot summer days, in the summer, on Sundays, some cities developed a lot of crime because people were bored and didn't know what to do and started irritating and doing stupid things. You don't have a job, wants to hire someone who is almost graduating due to the chances of me leaving them after I finish law, of course. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel sorry for the young people today. You can't get a job when you're a teenager because you have no experience, or you get something that is really doesn't pay worthwhile. Fast food, for instance, a lot of fast food jobs. It's not every place. Like I understand in the United States, California passed a law that fast food wages must be at least $20 an hour. Because it is really not work, and they were exploiting students too much. And it's a job a whole variety of people could do if it paid more. And then there's the people who graduate and the employers say, we want somebody with experience. And then you get old people like me. Well, you've got experience, but you don't have a degree in that. That was a problem in part of my career. And what you need in the museum industry, I had experience, but I didn't have a degree. And there was a young lady coming up in my institution, and she really needed to take over for my boss, who hasn't retired even though he's like 70 and should. And she was coming along, and I was the number 2, and I kind of taught her how to do the practical things that she didn't learn in school, how to conduct an interview. She was terrible at public speaking. She couldn't do public speaking. So we were a good team, her and I. I could go to her and say, what is the proper way to fix this metal problem on this artifact? What is the proper way to fix this fabric? And she would know that, but I didn't run across that in my experience. So we had good skills amalgamating together. But she needed to learn a number of practical things that she didn't learn in school. And that's what employers want. They want that mix. And quite often the young people just don't have it. And quite often the older people don't have the degree or the computer skills. I went to a seminar once, and there was a bunch of people that were over 50, and everybody was complaining about how the 30-somethings were taking all the promotions because they had the ability to work with all the technology, and a lot of the older people just didn't learn the technology. Well, that's their fault for not keeping up in the trade, really. Okay, so what do we have for a small rocket? We got a transformer. Oh, we have one piece of fuselage. And we have a tank. So I want 3 more pieces of fuselage. That's start place. Okay, so I need just steel in here. Iron, silver. Where's my steel? There was 48 in there. What about here? Oh, I got tons in here. And yeah, the fact that you're going to stay there, this traditionally has plagued women in the workplace that are pregnant. Nobody wants to hire a 5 or 6 month pregnant woman because she's going to work for a couple of months and leave the position. So traditionally they have the same problem as what you have, is your situation is going to change, so nobody will hire you. Okay, so we want 3 pieces of fuselage. If you're too dumb, they don't hire you. Yes. If I'm too smart, you're not going to stay there. Yeah. I was working at a Pioneer Museum earlier in my career, 20 some odd years ago. And it was a pioneer village, and it closed down in the wintertime. So I would have a seasonal layoff. And I wanted something to do in the wintertime, so I wanted a part-time job. So I figured, well, I can go stock shelves at a retail place. I can do that. I did that when I was young. I have experience doing that. Okay, I could go back and do that part-time. And I figured, okay, if it's only part-time, I could do another 8 or 12 hours through the summertime. I could keep this job for a few years part-time. And I got a telephone interview with the manager of the store, who first of all said, "Why do you want the job?" And they essentially said, "You're not going to stay here. You're overqualified." It's kind of like, I know I'm overqualified, but I'm not buying the job to step ahead. I'm not after your manager's position. I want something to supplement the job I really love. because it's got a winter layoff. So I got a job as a mall Santa Claus that winter. So that kept me busy half the winter anyway. I got laid off of that one after Christmas, apparently, though. They don't hire mall Santas after Christmas. Yes, there's a lot of those vicious circles out there. I'm well aware of it. And it's the open-mindedness of managers to find the square peg and put it in the round hole. What is your job? What is the key thing about your job that you're offering? And what is it the employee actually wants, the potential employee actually wants? Right? And another thing that came up that I try to talk about in hiring when I would mentor young management people is some of them were very shy of hiring somebody in their 50s, like 55. And it's kind of like, look, if they're committed to working until they're 65, that's 10 years. Do you really expect a 30-year-old to stay with you in that position for 10 years? Well, no, they're going to want a promotion. Okay, they're going to jump ship within 10 years. So if you get 3 or 4 years out of them, are you going to be happy? Well, yeah, that'd be enough. I could get by through my problems. So why won't you hire a 55-year-old then? Because they're going to stay with you more likely for the 10 years because they're not going to want to jump ahead as likely as the 30-year-old. And this was a hard thing for young management or certain management to understand. Sometimes there's old people, sometimes there's young people, disabled people in various forms, and some people just want a job for a certain reason. And if your job provides that reason to them, don't turn them away. You know, if you want somebody for a 20-year career and you have a pregnant lady who is 7 months pregnant, hire her. She's going to solve that problem for you for 20 years. Yeah, you might have to hire somebody else temporarily, but that's a different person with a different set of needs and desires. So you find the temp person like you. Well, I'd love to work for you, but I'm graduating in 6 months or in 8 months, and I'm going to move on. Hey, you're perfect for this maternity leave job. You know that I need to offer. And there's not enough flexibility with management looking like that. Well, there's my lecture for the day on business management. Key to getting a job is good communication skills, yes. Studying more to get a better position. Well, there's nothing wrong with having a position and doing it your entire career. I have a brother-in-law who worked for 5 or 6 years doing basic business accounting stuff, and he managed to get hired by the local Children's Aid Society. And he had the job for 30 or 35 years. He didn't need a promotion. He had the job that he wanted to do. I mean, he had to study to keep up as his business changed and his management changed and the institution changed. Here's my basic parts. Let's throw that steel back here. But good communication skills, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, being able to read the interviewer on whether they're, on what they're looking for, what they're really looking for. And if you ask me, you usually have 100 applications for one position. and you realize that 50 of the people applying really can't do the job. So you really have 50 people. So you decide from that 50 people, let's say the 6 best qualified. Any one of those people could do the job. So you don't need to waste time in the interview saying, can you do this? Can you do that? You already know that from their resume. What you want to know is whether they fit on your team. Can you work with this person? Can this person work with your other people? That's important in a job interview. And your resume has to do that. Your resume and cover letter. You need a specific cover letter for every job application. You may need a specific resume for every job application. That's my life experiences. Okay, we can start our rocket. We want one of those on the bottom, followed by one of those. Followed by one of those. We're going to make a bigger rocket. We want a... What do we want? We want the narrower Apollo look, or we want the Soyuz look? I think we'll go with that. Give me more space. And I have a fuel tank. I don't have enough fuel tanks to do that. Do I want to do like 4 fuel tanks like that? That might be better. We'll do 4 on a round and maybe a 5th one in the center. You can't afford doing what I like for now because the job related to it cosmology or working with physics isn't well paid around here in Brazil. But who knows? I may change my job when moving abroad to the USA. So you're set on moving to the USA, huh? You hear the jobs are better paid there. And I think it's regionalized in the USA. So make sure you, if you're going to the USA, it's a big country, make sure you go to the right area that you will be comfortable with and has demand for your chosen work. Okay, so I need an engine, and I'm going to go with a gas engine again. I need a lot of things. Yeah, there's definitely finding where the job is in demand so you get paid better is good. Um, you're young. I would recommend also to young people looking for areas of the country, not necessarily where you want to live for life, but where you can make better money. In the United States, for instance, Alaska. In Canada, our Yukon Northwest Territories area. Yellowknife, in particular, in Canada. It's a decent-sized city. There's enough things to do there for a young person, but a lot of people don't want to move up there. But if you want to go there for 5 years and make more money than you would in the other parts of the country, same with a number of places in Alaska. And these are not jobs necessarily to the city. These are general jobs that city resources need. So look for a region like that, and then move 5 years later after you make a lot of money, or make more money than you could. But maybe you forfeit a little bit of happiness. So there's those life choices: money versus happiness. Engine, gas rocket engine. Pressure-fed gas engine, pumped gas rocket engine. It's the pumped. I think it's pumped. Is that the one I want? Pumped. Oh, too many. Oh, I did it wrong. Come on, Grandpa. Most reliable of all the rocket engines. The pump gas runs on a mix 2-to-1 mix of volatiles and oxygen. Yeah, that's the one I want. Pumped gas engine. Iron, gold, and copper. I don't need that steel. Gold. Iron. And I've obviously put all my copper in my other machines. Pretty sure I got a good amount of copper. Not there. Not there. I've obviously used it. I brought in like 200 copper. Have I used that much? Well, I've got 50 here. It's a poor machine. I keep emptying it. I'm hungry. Looking for demand, but as you know, I also like politics and, and geopolitics. So I might as well become a politician or judge. And you're set on the United States, are you? Oh, I don't want to put those in there. Yeah. You do you. What you want to do, where you want to go. I think politicians are a little flighty. Professional politicians shouldn't exist. I believe in length of service, and it should be public service that draws people into politics. Professional politicians, not my thing. Professional judges, yes. Okay. Tankety, tankety, tank. Now I need the steel. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. No more steel around. That iron can go right back in. That silicon can go right back in. I'm using up all my steel. I'm going to have to go make stuff. It takes a lot of steel. I don't know if I can go with 5 engines. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see what we can do for a configuration. We got piping. We got a couple of piping. Oh, my vitals. I swear you have to eat more in this game than you used to. I need more food. Canned pumpkin. Oh, we got lots of tomatoes. Yummy. Do. Starting the rocket. Bigger rocket. Okay. Oh, I could do 9. I could do a 3x3. Cool. Okay. I don't think I'm going to go with that many. Definitely more than 2. The 2 rocket and the small one can barely get up and barely go down, but using more than 5 might be good on a reusable rocket. Maybe I'll go with 7. I'll put 2 more. And I want to use my gas fixture input here as well. That requires pipe to construct. Okay, so at least 2 more engines, or sorry, 2 more fuel tanks. I mean, I could use bigger fuel tanks. But if there's a problem with one, I lose less. Well, that might be as much as I want to do on that. For this session. Takes a lot of resources to make a rocket. I'm definitely going to make this one reusable and be able to come back down and land. Let's see if we can find a trader.
Oxygen low.
What do you mean low? Cosmo crop 40 degrees. Five more. 41 degrees. Let's only a 3x3 trader. Do. 30. Eight. $33. Can I reach you? Yeah, that's easy. Come on down. Turn that off. So, he may want seeds. He's a crop guy. I think I'm going to have to come back in any which way. I don't have all the seeds I could possibly sell in the vending machine. Hey, Robo Buddy. Last Robot Buddy I had here needed a cake. Oh, I'm low on soy. One pack is 200. Gee. What do you want? Bulk carbon dioxide. Huh. I don't usually stock bulk carbon dioxide. Water, bulk. Water replenishment. Equal to 5 liters. That's bulk. So that's a water container. That's bulk water. 100 moles of carbon dioxide. A kit, a planter, and a kit pipe utility liquid. I don't know if I have that stuff. I have no CO2 over here. No water here. And it's not showing anything in the vending machine. CO2 is in the atmosphere. I don't bother with CO2 here. Pipe utility liquid. Sugar cane. I need the sugar cane. I need the cocoa. I need both those. Why does that say sugarcane seed pack? If it says cocoa, but sugarcane seed pack. Well, there's an error. Let's report that bug. Cosmo Crop has a problem. Which one's the sugar and which one's the other? I can get by without the soybean. I'll buy one sugarcane seed. I don't have the money for the cocoa. Even if I have a bunch of this, unless I sell you water. 5 liters of water. Do I have the ability to do that? I don't have anything. I've got water inside under the stairs. No. I have it there. I have it here. I don't think I have any water containers. If I do, I'm not using them. I have a way of filling them? I mean, I've got water, ice. Okay, so I've got that. Liquid drain. I have a pump. What do I have up in the agro room? Oh, while I'm going up there, let's find my new seeds that I bought. Sugarcane seeds. I can grow sugarcane. Whole 3 seeds. Yeah, things are looking good here. No water. need to get a big trader to buy tomatoes. Those are all excess. Well, I want more soybean seeds. Let's do a row. No! I don't want that. Okay. There's no water up here of any sort. These seeds, wheat seeds extra. Do I have enough wheat seeds? I've got 10. I don't know if that's enough. All of this is extra. Am I saving the soybeans here? No, but I will. They're extra. Tons of tomatoes. I'll save you guys in here for now as well. And a water pump. Doesn't have to be a turbo. Copper. I'm not using that. Well, that's what he wants to buy, but I need it. Okay. That didn't work. A lot of water vapor in the air. It's all leaked out. So what did I do wrong there? What did I do wrong there? Why did I make it too high? So I cannot make it 10 liters because that didn't work. He wanted 5 liters. Well, I can't double up, obviously. Does that work? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I've gotten all the atmosphere in that line. It's full of atmosphere. What am I doing wrong? Do I not need the pump? Yeah, it's got an atmosphere inside it. Okay, so this is all screwed up. Shouldn't have the atmosphere in it. But there's atmosphere in this. So that is useless. Until I clean it out. That's going to be a pain in the ass. So I think I'm just going to recycle it. It's damaged anyway. I wonder if I recycle this, will those contaminants get inside? I don't know if that happens. Yeah. I got water vapor in the room. Getting a high level of CO2 in here too. And I'm stinky. But I have water vapor around the room. Everything else, that battery is dead. That'll get rid of the water vapor gradually. Do I want to save the CO2? I don't care about it. I need the CO2 inside here that I'm breathing. You can clean out all of it. It's just going to lower the pressure in the room. All the water vapor gone? Not really. Still pulling in.
Hydration critical.
And I'm stinky. What's the problem? Portable air scrubber is full. So I'm going to need a better system than just the portable to do this, to get rid of the CO2. So I need a more permanent solution. Okay, I need a more permanent solution. How long is it going to take to put that in there? Oh, crap. Hard to move around out there. Well, I need to go make something to eat. So it's time for me to log off from this video. So Grandpa Canuck is going to sign off here. And all you people and bots, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, leave me a comment, and like the video if you do like it. I hope to hear from you. So until next time, all you people and bots, be good to one another. Take care. Bye-bye.